Hey everybody, Aaron here. It is currently 9:22 p.m. on Sunday evening, which means I have less than 3 hours to get this enhanced discussion post up. I still have two children to get to bed, and I have a 5:30 alarm set for the 6 a.m. gym class. So, we're getting what will be the easiest way for me to complete this is just a simple video. Um, some broad questions we're being asked to answer here this week, starting with what are your guiding principles for how you operate and work with others? Um, and honestly, my guiding principle for life is very much, you know, well, let's see, how do you say it? People are more important. The relationships are more important. Um, are things really worth fighting over? I generally live my life a fairly yes man, so that when it comes to things that I feel strongly should be a no, I have more of a ground to stand because it's not something I say very often. As long as it's something I can build with, live with, and work with, you know what? Let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. I'm up for anything. I'll try anything once. Have you ever had a peanut butter caramel ice cream shake? Mmm, delicioso. So really, when it comes to operating and working with others, I just do it. You know, I'm fairly easygoing, fairly easy to get along with, and as long as uh, it's something I can go for, we do it. So, question number two, why do we exist as teachers? Because we need our children to learn and grow. Um, I I don't think it would happen on its own. I mean, nowadays we have the internet, and so the kids who are motivated enough would probably get a decent job done, but that's such a low percentage. On top of the fact that they need that guidance and leadership, um, they need something. They need someone guiding them. Sorry, I've got dogs going off in the background. Uh, anyway, we exist to be that guidance, to be that leadership, to teach them knowledge, to teach them a way of living. Um, we are we are their role models. One of my goals as a teacher is to not only further their minds with the curriculum, but further their hearts and expand them as people so they leave my classrooms not only smarter, but as a whole, better. Um, what do we want to create? Um, I want to create a better world. I want my children to have better than I have. And when I say my children, I mean my two sweet little ones that are mine, but I also mean my children, which are all of the 27 kids in my class each year. Or, depending on how we're doing our rotations that year, I've had upwards of 108 kids. Um, yeah, I realize you secondary teachers can have up to 7 classes a day, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? 108 kids is plenty. I learn each of their names, I learn each of their stories. Um, and I want to create a better world. I want to know that I have left it better than I found it, or at least to do my best to leave it better than I have found it. And I believe if all of society were to live that way, the world would get nothing but better and better. Um, and as Luke Bryan puts it in his song, I believe most people are good, and I believe most people are striving for that same thing. Final question there is, what should a school look like to support the needs of today's learners? Um, and I think the fact that we are all working towards a technology degree, or I believe the endorsement is what we are all working towards. I guess somebody could be taking this class as an elective or whatever, but um, I believe the reason we're all working towards the technology endorsement is because we understand that we are moving into a 21st century classroom that requires technology. Like that's the world we live in. Interactions are online, sharing discussions are online. Um, Now, this doesn't mean that everything should be technological because I think the importance of in-person, face-to-face discussion, conversation, sharing is still, we still have those language arts core curriculum principles of speaking and listening, which are just as important as, you know, whatever, communicating and posting online, and definitely more important than, your Snapchat post with its little filters on it that make you look like a kitty cat. I don't know. I'm on the younger end of old, and I am to the point that there's some stuff that happens that I don't even get, which tells me that I'm getting old. So I don't know. Anyway, guiding principles. Treat others as they want to be treated, and for the most part, be a yes man until it's something you stand strongly against. Why do we exist as teachers? To make the world a better place. Uh, to teach the kids, to guide them. That also answered the next question, what do we want to create? We want to create a world that's better than what we currently live in. And what should it look like to support today's learners? The fact that we live in a 21st century world should answer that question. You should have technology integrated with the standard classroom stuff. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch y'all later.